Today I'd like to talk about why so many men are moving to Southeast Asia and not coming back. Let's talk about something that's happening quietly but powerfully. A growing number of men, especially Western men, are packing their bags and heading to Southeast Asia and never looking back. We're not talking about a vacation or a gap year. These men are building entire lives in new places in like Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, Malaysia, and Indonesia, for example. And it's not retirees just anymore. It's young guys in their 30s, 40s, and early 50s are making the move too. Why, you might ask? What's pulling them to Southeast Asia? And why? And once they arrive, do so many of them choose to return, not to return back to their home country? So let's break it down. 1. The cost of living. The cost of living just makes sense. Let's start with something practical: money. Life in many Western countries has gotten ridiculously expensive. Rent, groceries, healthcare, insurance, taxes, it all adds up. In cities like Los Angeles, London, Sydney, Australia, and surviving can cost thousands per month. Now imagine cutting your living expenses in half or even more. That's exactly what men are doing when they move to Southeast Asia. You can rent a decent apartment in Thailand or Philippines for $300 to $600 a month. Add in another $400 to $600 for food, transportation, utilities, and some fun. And now you're living a comfortable life for well under $1,500 a month USD. Some guys make it work on even less, $1,000. Others live like kings on $200,000 plus per month, compared to scraping by in the West on $4,000 plus a month. It's not about being cheap, it's about being smart. Why work 40 hours a week, grind yourself down just to afford rent and car payments when you can work online for a few hours a day and live near the beach? 2. You're treated with more respect overseas in Southeast Asia. This one hits more deeper than dollars. A lot of men feel invisible in their home countries, especially after a certain age. You hit your 40s and 50s, and it's like society stops seeing you. In dating and work, social circles. But in Southeast Asia, you're often treated with respect, especially when you're kind, polite, and carry yourself well. Age can actually matter. Age can actually be seen as a positive. You're not some old guy, you're a gentleman. Older men aren't pushed aside here. They are respected. Elders are honored in many Asian cultures. It's not perfect, of course. You still have to earn people's respect, but the baseline is different. There's dignity in how you're seen, and that changes how you feel inside about yourself. Healthcare, number 3, healthcare you can actually afford. This is a big one. In the West, getting sick can feel like a financial death sentence, especially in the US. Insurance premiums, deductibles, surprise bills. It is stressful even if you have insurance coverage. In Southeast Asia, private hospitals offer excellent care for a fraction of the price. Need a full physical, $100. Dental work, a fraction of what you would pay in the States. Surgeries, done cleanly, professionally, and affordable. Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines are medical tourisms for a reason. And even if you want medical care for lower costs, you can go to the public hospitals or the government hospitals. This is especially good for men with chronic issues or just wanting to age gracefully. This is a peace of mind. This peace of mind is priceless. You don't need to sacrifice your quality either. Many doctors train in the US, Australia, and Europe. 4. A better lifestyle, mentality, and physicality. Let's talk about pace. Let's talk about your pace of life. In many Western countries, everything is go, 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 hustle culture, traffic, deadlines, endless pressure to perform, consume, and compete. Now picture this: you wake up in a quiet village, roosters crowing, sun rising over the rice fields or ocean waves, no alarm clocks, you sip your coffee on the porch, people smile and say hello, no one is in a rush, you feel human again. Life in Southeast Asia can be slower, more grounded, and more real. You walk more, you can eat fresh food, you spend time with people and just not on screens. It is also easy, but it's not always easy, but it's alive. And that kind of life heals you. It calms your nervous system. It gets you out of survival mode. 5. Relationships that feel real again. Let's go there. A lot of men feel burnt out by the modern dating scene in the West. Swiping endlessly, ghosting, transactional attitudes, feeling like you're not enough no matter what you do. In Southeast Asia, many men say they find a different kind of connection. Relationships often feel more traditional, more supportive, more emotionally grounded. Family values are stronger in many cultures here. Feminine energy is often appreciated and celebrated and not downplayed or tagged. That doesn't mean it is perfect. There are gold diggers, scammers, cultural barriers you need to understand. But when you move with humility, learn the language, respect the culture, and come from your heart, you can build something meaningful overseas. Plenty of men have found loving, loyal partners here. Partners who genuinely want to build a life together, not just compare resumes. 6. Digital nomad and remote workers are welcome. This isn't just for retirees. If you work online, writing, coding, designing, coaching, whatever, Southeast Asia can be a dream. Wi-Fi is everywhere. Cafes, co-worker space, places like Chiang Mai, Bali, Ho Chi Minh City, and digital nomad capitals. You can meet other entrepreneurs, creators, travelers, and build your own tribe. If you're earning in dollars and euros and spending in baht and pesos, you already had. Your money stretches. Your freedom grows. Some men start side businesses, others teach English, trade crypto, or do remote consulting. The opportunities are real if you're willing to adapt. 7. Warmth, the weather and the people. You want sun? You got it. Tired of the gray skies and freezing winters? Southeast Asia offers you year-round warmth, beaches, jungles, and open air living. Sure, it gets hot, it rains a lot, but that tropical vibe, once you adjust, becomes addictive. And people, in many parts of Southeast Asia, hospitality runs deep. The smiles are real. Community still matters. It is easier to talk to strangers. You are invited to dinner, ceremonies, and festivals. It's not always easy being a foreigner, but if you show up with respect and gratitude, people will openly welcome you. 8. It's not it's not all a paradise, but it is worth it. Let's be honest. It's not all mango smoothies and sunsets overseas. You deal with the heat, bugs, visa issues, power outages, bureaucracy, maybe even loneliness at first. You'll miss some things, family, certain foods, maybe a convenience of the West. But when you weigh the pros and cons, a lot of men decide it is worth it. The peace, the affordability, the freedom, and the opportunity to reinvent yourself. To live without being constantly judged, to just be a human being, not just a number in somebody's system. 9. They don't come back because they finally feel free. Here's the heart of it. Many men don't return because the first time in a long time they feel truly free. Free from the rat race, free from judgment, free to breathe, live, love, and grow. Southeast Asia gives them space, a second chance, a new chapter in their life. Some came just to escape, but they stayed because they found something real. Not a fantasy, not a perfect utopia, but a life that works for them. My final thoughts. So why are so many men moving to Southeast Asia and not coming back? Because life makes it more sense here. It's more affordable, more peaceful, more respectful. You get better health care, cheaper price, deeper relationships without all the drama, and a pace that doesn't crush your soul. It's not for everyone. It takes courage to leave the familiar surroundings. But for those who do it right, who come with humility, openness, and purpose, it can be the best decision they ever made in their life. Not just a place to run away, but a place to create a new beginning. A place where it feels possible again to be your true self. And I'd like to thank everybody for watching. If you have any questions or comment, please leave it below. Also, if you feel generous, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. I'd like to thank everybody for their time and hope you enjoy the rest of your day.